These days, there can be so much happening in a movie that it takes a few passes to soak everything in. Often we notice something out of the corner of our eye, but before we can fully realize what it is, the scene changes. And in these moments, the pause button is a real blessing. Other times, though, the practice is used for more educational reasons. Before we hop into this list, we wanted to thank you for watching and invite you to check out our YouTube channel for more videos like this one. You can even sign up to be notified when we post new content.
What are you people? On dope?
Here are 10 paused scenes that take movies to another level. And before we start, can you guess this movie from these emojis? Stay tuned for the answer at the end of our video. Fight Club. There are a few blink and you'll miss it moments scattered throughout Fight Club, so it's best to keep your eyes peeled. Brad Pitt's character Tyler Durden is introduced, among other things, as someone who splices frames of porn into family movies. But he's not the only one doing some crafty editing. Director David Fincher made strategic edits of his own, and those watching closely will see a brief flash of Tyler in the background of 4 scenes. It's so subtle that each time it happens, you'll wonder if you ever saw anything at all. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Admit it, you knew this was coming. If getting out of the pool was an Olympic sport, Phoebe Cates would take gold every time.
Would you mind if I excuse myself for a moment?
Easily the most recognizable, Fast Times at Ridgemont High gave the world a movie cliche that's been used countless times since. Cates and the infamous red bikini have been turning heads since the movie's release in 1982. The scene featured heavily in the trailer, and it doesn't take a marketing degree to understand why. Even though the sequence ends rather traumatically for one of the characters, the audience still can't look away. Scanners. David Cronenberg's 1981 psychic thriller Scanners takes a look at what could happen if telepathists waged war on each other. Not only can these groups read minds, they can control them too. With an ability known as scanning, the characters could make someone's head explode if they wanted to, and luckily for the audience, that's exactly what happens. The FX department filled a hollow gelatin replica of the actor's head with fake blood, chunks, and the food scraps from the day's lunch. For the iconic take, the team used a shotgun and blasted the replica from below to create the messy, bloody explosion the movie is so famous for. Basic Instinct. After the release of Basic Instinct, Sharon Stone became a household name. Her masterful portrayal of crime novelist/murderer Catherine stood out for lots of reasons. Chief among them is one of the sexiest moments in silver screen history, the leg cross. During an interrogation, Stone seems to flash her goods at the committee. Several actresses passed on the role before she was cast, and this scene might have had something to do with it.
Couldn't get it out of my head for years.
But, as per usual, Stone made it her own and has been cast in countless sexy roles since, including a 2006 sequel cleverly named Basic Instinct 2. Iron Man. When the MCU was just a wee little child, nobody could have predicted it would grow up to be a Herculean cinematic institution. Despite a loyal comic book fan base, critics were skeptical about whether or not audiences would get behind versions of Marvel characters on the big screen. And then Iron Man happened. The silver-tongued Stark slithered his way into our hearts and made room for a new team of heroes. Eagle-eyed viewers got a glimpse into the future when they noticed part of what looks like Captain America's shield in the background of a scene. Sometimes paying attention is worth it. Total Recall. For many people, the only thing better than 2 boobs is 3 boobs. And if that sounds like it might be your jam, check out the 1990 Arnold Schwarzenegger classic Total Recall. The triple-breasted mutant Mary was played by actress Lisha Naff, who spent 8 hours in the makeup chair every single morning. The prosthetic extended from neck to hips, and gave the actress an otherworldly appearance that still sends viewers scrambling for the remote. Others argue the character's depiction is just another classic case of Hollywood setting unrealistic body standards for young women. Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights is famous for one scene and one scene only, and you'll know it when you see it. When Mark Wahlberg signed on for the movie, he knew there would be some degree of nudity involved. After all, it is a movie about porn. But the actor wanted to keep some things private. That wasn't a problem, since there are entire departments devoted to protecting a performer's dignity. Tricky camera angles, body doubles, and prosthetics are all ways to maintain the illusion of nudity on a shoot. Wahlberg was so impressed with his particular prop that he stole it once shooting Wrapped. The Lion King. When it comes to Disney, tales of devious animators permeate almost every conspiracy theory. Accusations of subliminal messaging and brainwashed youth, however far-flung, have made even the most casual bystanders raise an eyebrow. One scene in 1994's The Lion King added fuel to the fire. As Simba lays down on the edge of a cliff, he kicks up some dust that dissolves in the air. At least, that's what it looks like to most people. Others argue that the animators intentionally wrote a naughty word in the sky, but we'll let you be the judge on this one. The Wolf of Wall Street. Before she became a member of the Suicide Squad, Margot Robbie was mixing it up with a different breed of criminal, the Wolf of Wall Street. As Naomi, the actress works opposite Leonardo DiCaprio's Jordan Belfort, and wreaks her own kind of havoc on his life. When the man who has everything encounters Naomi, she refuses to let herself get wrapped around his little finger. The character is insanely sexy, and has no qualms about letting her appearance do the talking. As a result, there are a couple of scenes that are far more likely to get put on pause than others. Wild Things. After its release in 1998, Wild Things made a big splash with audiences. And in a roundabout way, you could say it's because of the character development. Some critics say that if it weren't for all the boobies, the movie would have been a total flop. And in reality, there are a lot of things you can say that about. While the sexy interactions may seem tame by today's standards, the film caused a lot of controversy at the time. Constant rewinding and pausing can take its toll on a VHS tape, and we're willing to bet that there are more than a few broken copies of this flick laying around.
Yeah, you want to say that to my face?
Hey there, thanks for watching. Please check out our friends at The Hub for amazing list videos about incredible people, science, technology, and extraordinary events. We love these guys, and if you love them too, then please subscribe.